Well, hello and happy Saturday to all of you in Asia, as it's Saturday morning. This is Blockchain Vitals, and it's our weekend edition. Cryptos never sleep. They trade 24/7, 365 days a year. A lot of brackets available. You know, on the trading floor, a bracket would roll every 15 minutes, and the buzzer, the bell would go off on the trading floor to signify there was a new bracket. As you filled out your trading card, hold on, let's go to the trading cards. The bracket would change, and over here you got the bracket. You got to put it down. B, C, D, E. What bracket was it? So you can reconstruct what happened in the pit. And one of the greatest things I've ever heard was, that clerk, I don't think he's going to make it to be a broker. He's getting dumber by the bracket. Anyway, I digress. Let's do the rounds. It's a weekend edition. You need to know what's going on levels-wise because cryptos never sleep. And we've seen, the charts completely change, sometimes unravel, sometimes melt up on the weekend. So very important that you have some sort of framework to be working with on the weekend. And then also what to look forward to Sunday night for me, Monday morning for Asia. As we roll the weekly fractal into the middle of the month of April already. I cannot believe how fast time is flying. But there you have it. So let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about something I'm seeing in the space. And this is a headline from CCN, not the Clinton News Network, but CCN, the cryptocurrency network. And it talks about Japan's fifth largest bank ditches Ripple trial abruptly. So, and the bank's name is Rozana. I'm not sure if that's it, but no longer using the payment network that Ripple has produced called MoneyTap for consumer-centric payments, an app, and they've discarded it now. For me, I think that can only point to one thing, that maybe the Mizuho cryptocurrency that they are developing, just like J.P. Morgan's developing a cryptocurrency, maybe that has something to do with it regionally, that they're going to use something from home. Anyway, I've talked long and hard about how I believe 2019 is the year of separation in many of these, and there's going to be winners and losers. And the reason why I point that out is because this cannot be a winning thing for Ripple and for adoption of Ripple for bank payment and for consumer retail payment apps. To lose Japan's fifth largest bank, that's a shot across the bow the way I look at things, and you got to pay attention. Now, just because Ripple loses this bank isn't the end of the day, but something like this that starts to trend very well might be. And of course, at the end of the day, we look at the fundamentals to guide us, maybe in a broad stroke, but must look at the technicals and the momentum to guide us, on our shorter time frame, which our interaction with the market. All right, fundamentals are one thing, but fundamentals can paint a picture that is not reality in the trading world for much longer than you can stay solvent. And I have seen that repeated over my trading career dozens and dozens of times, and I have seen people lose their net worth because they could not grasp that the fundamentals in the market were not in line, and that sooner or later that the market had to come around to their idea of what the fundamentals were. And let me tell you, when you see a guy crying mid-age on the side of a trading pit because he's gone bankrupt on his idea that the fundamentals have to be right, they don't have to be right. The market's right, all right? Buyers and sellers are right, and keep that in mind. Anyway, winners and losers this year in 2019. All right, listen, let's take the vitals and talk about real price action. All right, that blockchain vital sheet up every day at EndoTech.io. And we roll that sheet right around now, 5 o'clock here on the West Coast. It's morning in Asia, 00 hours world time. Anyway, Bitcoin right now trading 5102. And again, for the last segment of this week, I will cover all top 4 for the viewing pleasure of the YouTube crowd. Please subscribe at EndoTech.io if you want the full actionable information available at EndoTech.io, including our automated bots, our individual coin signaling, the blockchain vital sheet, and this full episode on a daily basis, except for Saturdays. I need a day off. Anyway, Bitcoin 5101, trading fairly sideways here now for several 4-hour brackets. You know, on the trading floor there were 15-minute brackets, but it's sideways as we go here. We haven't taken out the center line on the daily, and again that weekly up momentum level at 45.25. Paramount that we hold that over the weekend if there's any type of washout. More importantly for me is the slope of that line, of that standard deviation line, of that momentum line. And that, is going to come in higher. I can't say exactly where it's going to come in on Sunday night, Monday morning in Asia. So for next week. But I would imagine it's going to be somewhere in the high 4s, nearing 5,000. So we're really going to get a test then, longer term, on whether this market wants to be parabolic or not, because it's going to be crunch time next week, starting Sunday night, on whether we can talk about a parabolic game or whether we're just talking about the lazy sloping up river. All right, 2 completely trade setups. And, that trade setup from 2017, maybe that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing in crypto. But I'll tell you right now that if we don't have some explosive upward price action next week, it's going to be more of a trade than a runaway train. All right, so that's what I'm looking at in Bitcoin. Much of the same for the rest of these. And I notice EOS back in the top 4. EOS and Litecoin keep trading that 4th spot. Anyway, Ether trading 163.63, 153.44, that upmo on the weekly. And we should see that higher also. XRP 32.57, actually out of upmo on the weekly, which was 33.71. XRP's got to get its act together here. It's in danger of giving much more back. Actually, 32.57. Now XRP actually in lower mo on the daily. All right, and that next level on the weekly, 32.23. A Michael Jordan there at the end. 32.23 XRP weekly average. EOS trading 539. It's got a lot of room just to test that weekly upmo level, 456. But hold on one second. Hanging just above the center line on the daily. And again, its weekly level is going to kick up. And it'll be very interesting to see Sunday night. Must-see TV Sunday night for the Blockchain Vitals weekly segment on where all these weekly lines come into play. You got to have the information if you want to trade actionably. All right, Litecoin trading 79.20. It's got a lot of room. 70.50 is that lower mo or up mo on the weekly. And again, it's going to kick up also. I give you a little bonus there for the YouTube crowd. I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube crowd. Please subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at EndoTech_IO and at HFR from the floor. Shoot us texts, tweets. Ask questions, man. We're here to answer. All right. See you later, YouTube.